Segundo, es esto la fábrica del día de la fecha, esta sección en donde lo que hacemos es hablar de la industria de la música, esto que tanto nos gusta, que tanto nos apasiona, en una industria que hace un par de años nada más precisaba de barcos, de aviones de cointernet que llevaran de un lado al otro del planeta Tierra cosas, para escuchar cosas y para hablar de todos esos cambios que han sucedido a partir de la llegada de internet, las tiendas digitales. Nosotros, Raúl, lo voy a empezar a decir siempre esto, nosotros, Raúl. Es que han cambiado un montón las cosas y para hablar de estos temas nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos. Hemos hablado con productores musicales, con sonidistas, hemos hablado con un montón de gente y con artistas, muchos artistas, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde nos vamos a Francia para hablar con los amigos de PÖRL que ya están conectados con nosotros. Hi my friends, hi Manu, are you listening me good? ¿Estamos? Ah, no tenía la cámara yo.
Sí, no, ahí está. It's okay. Pregúntale.
¿Es ok de audio?
Hello.
Ahí está.
Ahí apareció. Hello, my friend. Ok, Raúl, mandale vos que no sé si tienen tan para entender mi inglés, los brothers.
No hay problema. Bastián, can you hear us okay? It's okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Perfect. Okay. We are going to start with the interview. Thanks for speaking English. We are going to try to speak in English. So we are live. So please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
Yeah, so my name is Bastien Vorzac. I'm from France, so Paris. Normally, now I'm living a bit more south in Toulouse, and I'm both the bass player and the light technician in PÖRL. And normally, my singer Aline should arrive super soon.
Perfect. And how old are you?
I'm 37.
37. Okay, perfect. And can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Let's say I always had music at my place, but specifically for metal music, it was a friend I think even before art school who introduced me to Toxicity, System of a Down.
Okay, great.
And at that time, everything was a bit vague, and I really remember that he told me, okay, it's a song from Metallica.
Ah, okay, perfect. See, always Metallica. See.
And then I searched for Toxicity from Metallica. I was never able to find it back. And let's say maybe years after, when I heard like Toxicity, and I was like, wow. But this is System of a Down. I was like, wow, incredible.
See. They are really. It was a short band with 2 or 3 albums, but they play really hard in the metal ambient. And can you tell us which was your first instrument and which was the first song that you learned?
First instrument was classical guitar.
Okay.
And probably first song was just like a mix of of like 2 or 3 notes, because we were just learning like note by note, like just playing like one, not even chord, like making like one note, a second one, a third one, and then it was like super simple and bad song with like ta 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 ta.
Excellent. Manu is a guitar player. I'm a bass player, but Manu plays the guitar. Excellent. And can you tell us, are there any places to study music for free in your region in Toulouse now, or you always have to pay to learn music?
Let's say, thanks to internet, you can always learn freely, right? But yeah, if you want to, of course, as soon as you want a teacher, you need to pay, because the teacher need to live, right?
Excellent. And you told us that you went to an art school.
No. Okay, I learned classical guitar in a conservatory, so it was kind of let's say like really classical music. But then I learned electric guitar by myself and bass by myself also.
Perfect. And can you tell us which was the first concert that you went?
First concert, I think it was indeed a concert from the conservatory.
Ah, okay. Sí.
Sumamos a un
Aline.
A mis amigos.
Aline just arrived.
Sí.
Yes.
Hi, Aline.
Hi.
Hello. Sí. Manu, le hago un par de preguntas rápido y seguimos con el cuestionario.
Sí, si querés. Bueno, dale.
Sí.
Mandale, explicarle un poco a Link cómo venimos.
Sí, hello, Aline. We were talking about the personal life of Bastian. A few questions. Now, we want to 2 questions for you. Personal. Can you tell us which was the
Raúl.
your first memory of you listening to music?
Ahí estamos.
My first memory when I listen to music. Okay, wow, this is a very hard question. I think, but for me, I think my first experience with music, I was very, very young. I remember my father buy for me, an old CD player. It was my first one, and I think the first CD was, the big French artist Céline Dion, something like this.
No, but she's from Canada. It's not France. She's from Canada.
She's from Canada.
Oh, yes, okay. Yeah.
I know her.
Wow. My life is
Big fan. Raúl is a big Celine Dion fan.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
So yes, I think it was a very, very first experience. After that, my father was like to sing, and he had a classic guitar, and often he liked to sing with the guitar. So I think in my house we had always music. So yes, I think I had always listened music. So yeah, but it's the first experience for me. Pure experience.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See, and the first concert that you went.
I was a big order, I think. I did a gig with my parents. It was a French singer, Charles Aznavour. He's died now.
Sure.
No? I don't remember. Yes, he's died.
No, he died a few years ago.
Yeah, it's that. But my first gig alone, I was a teenager, and it was this very famous boy. Every girl liked him. It was the singer him from Finland. His Infernal Majesty. It's a gothic singer or something like this.
Okay.
And all the teenagers around my age was this boy is so cute. But it was a good singer too. He has a very a strong voice with a lot of bass, and it was very cool, and it was so dark. So I think it was one of the first artists I listened dark metal to, something like this. And it was my first gig like a teenager, alone with my friend, with my parents, and it was cool.
Perfect. Perfect. And can you tell us how did PÖRL begin, the band, and why you put that name to the band?
Well, the band started 16 years ago, 2009. Actually, it's pretty old. I was moving from my previous band with my drummer. I decided to switch from electric guitar to bass, and we were searching for guitarists. And I think Aline answered to the internet ad, and exactly at that same moment, the singer we found decided to move a bit far away. And Aline told us, but I was doing some choirs in the previous band I was in. We were like, okay, but we are super nice, all the three of us. Let's just stay the three of us, and okay, let's go. Now you are guitarist singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my destiny was changed. I become no. It's funny because sometimes I have the feeling I am more a singer than a guitarist now, but at the beginning I was more a guitarist than a singer, so it's funny also the things goes now, but I continue to play a lot of guitar, of course, but Yes, sometimes it's a bit tight.
Okay. See, and in February of 2013, you released your first album. You remember how was the recording process?
Oh yes, it was with a friend. He begins to build his own studio, and like all the band who begins with their first album, which has no experience, we want to have a release. We don't to spend without to spend a lot of money, of course, and we have no job at this time. We are students, and you say, okay, we want to have this super good album, but we have no money, and we would like something cool. And our friend Pierre-Jean Catez began to record and mix with his own studio, and so we tried with him, and I think for the first album it was something really cool for a price, nice, and just no, I think we if I could say something about this record, it was maybe the sound of the guitars. We have the habit to think they are not so powerful and so strong than now, but the rest, I think it was okay. For our first record, it was okay. I don't know if I forget something, Bastien, to remember.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not okay.
And we can understand everything. It's okay. It's perfect.
Yeah, okay,
perfect. And in October of 2025, last year, you released your last album, Architecture du Baptiste. Sorry, my accent. I'm horrible in French.
No,
It's
problem.
actually good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You know, in France, we have this bad reputation for the English accent too, so don't be afraid for that.
Perfect.
The mine is awful.
Oh, perfect. And can you tell us, you changed many things in the recording process, or it was more or less the same?
So the last three albums, actually, we did this album with the same producer, Etienne Sartou, who was the former drummer of a neo-metal band in France that was called Acme and that was quite known. And now he's playing with several bands and is more and more producing, actually. And so we keep working with that guy because he really knows what type of sound we want to have, what type of music we are doing with all the experimentation. And we are quite happy of this last album, which for us is once again one step forward or one step higher than the previous one. At least looking at all the critics we got from the press is quite happy about that album. So we are quite happy too.
Excellent. Manu.
No, por el género, preguntarle por el género.
Directamente. You know, we were fighting a lot of. We've been listening to your music the last 2 or 3 weeks. We really enjoy it, and we were fighting with Manu about the genres. You know, you think that you are a metal band, a progressive band. Can you explain the way that you play? How do you feel about that? If you feel more metal, more progressive, that kind of things.
I think it's something we, with the time, we have a different perception of what we are doing now. We have always said we are like a post-metal band because for us it was very easy to say that, because in post-metal you can put a lot of different things. You can put dark guitars, heavy stuff, black things. So it's good to have a lot of modern mix of metal. But this last year we work a bit differently, and we have some training with some experts in music, and a lot of people say to us, but you know, you have something very typical of the French music, more particularly a French singer with the music, but more particularly with the text and the kind of voice I have, and the manner of I place my voice too. So sometimes we love to say now we are a metal band with some French singer influences, and it's a strange mix, but I think it's something we assume more and more with the times. But we like to keep the metal aspect in our music because we play metal in the music in the most all our songs are metal parts, so I think it's something we cannot forget or let aside. I don't know, Bastien, if you want to precise.
The thing is, I'm a bit disappointed because for previous album, in the press, people kept giving us like super weird label.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's a post metal band, it's a post black band, it's a doom gaze, it's a progressive metalcore, and for that album, even the press stopped trying to give us a label. They were like, okay, so it's PÖRL, it's a weird mix of quite a lot of things. Mm-hmm. They sound a bit like maybe that band, and that band, and sometimes we had like really weird comparison. Like, okay, so it's exactly like Mylène Farmer was a French singer.
Yeah,
we'll start to play with a black metal band, and we're like, actually, okay. Yeah. But people really stopped to give us a specific label. So it's that's the thing.
You know what happened to us? Remember, Manu is living now in Argentina. I'm living in Spain, in Barcelona. And we, when you say dark, we just go to the Nordic, north of Europe or United States. And for us, yes, the sound of the dark French dark is completely different of everything. I think that it's great, you know, for a band to have an identity. Yes. But it's really strange for us. So,
Alain, when you are songwriting, do you usually develop the vocal melodies and the guitar parts separately, or that they merge together as one piece?
In general, I have the habit to write my text and my vocal parts after the music, because in PÖRL, when you think about the process, we jam together during the rehearsal, and we find some riffs, some drum parts, and we like to develop all the things during the rehearsal together. And it is after when a song is a bit fixed, I can, in general, I come back at home, and in my home I listen to the music we have recorded during the rehearsal. I have a big reflection about what kind of themes I want to write. Is it about emotion, animals, nature? I don't know. And after that, I try to keep the emotion I have when I listen to the music. And after I write, and I put all my melodic parts on the song. Sometimes we can have the case, or I find something directly on the guitars, but it's very, very rare. It's not the habitual process.
And how do you manage the song Archipiélago? Because it's very intricate, you know? How do you practice that kind of independence?
I think Archipiélago was one of the most difficult songs I had to write, and more particularly to find the top line and the melodic line, because on the first part, when the song begins, you have very non-typical chords. It's and when I use a note on my vocals, if I let this note so longer, it was not good, because the chords change very often, and I need to have a very strong line of notes to be just and to be sorry. Comment on dit être fou en anglais, Bastien, quand on chante?
So just to stay in tone.
Yeah, to stay in tone.
Just to stay in tone, it was quite complicated because the harmony was pretty complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was interesting because during the record, it was, like to have a baby. You ask, no, it's hard. I don't understand what I can do on this song, and we passed all the day on this song just for the vocal part. And when I arrived at the end, I said to Etienne Sartou, wow, I don't know if this song will be good. It was so complex to write it. And after that, after all this time, we have some rehearsals, some gigs, and now I think it was on my favorite on the album because she's very particular, and I find all the lines for the voice are very beautiful. I'm very happy now.
Tremendo, mano. Sí. No, aparte el trabajo, the kind of work that you make with each part of the song is really impresionante. I don't have the patience to do that. I don't have the patience to do that. Es increíble, sí. Manu, hacemos un par de preguntas más y seguimos tranquilos, dale, sí. Bueno, you explain the albums and can you tell us how do you produce the visual arts, the visual part, the videos, the front pages and the photos?
Yeah, so we for every album we work with a different artist. So most of the time we are contacting directly an artist that we like, and we're like, okay, so that's the song, that's the music. Can you make us main art for that album? And maybe sometimes we have like just a few ideas. Like, okay, so because, for example, the second album, one of the songs was about an elephant, one was about the mountains, etc. So we had like a few symbols that we wanted to have in the art, but most of the time that's the only thing we are saying to people, and they're like, okay, we give you almost a white card, and we want to be a bit surprised. And every time we are like super surprised in a good way, because it's always way better than what we imagined.
Perfect. And can you tell us what do you think about artificial intelligence?
Wow!
I have to make that question.
This is the question of the moment. For my part, I just take a look. My boyfriend don't listen to me because he's a worker with, but he's not this kind of IA. I don't like it really because for me, when you look at this new technology and what we are doing with that, it's something typically human. Because what I say is that human creates something really incredible, magic, what you want. Everybody say, okay, with this we can do this. Maybe we can improve the life of a certain person. Maybe some doctors, maybe some people who work in the industries, they will have a better life because they don't have to do very hard stuff or stuff like this. Okay. But the thing is, when the IA arrive, we do everything with that except to let the life of the other become easy. And now, what is the most used is the generative IA, and for me, it's just the bad part of the IA, which is the most used. And for me, it's not good because I'm not a friend. It will replace the artist or the creativity because human has a part of creativity inside him, which is very, I think, bigger than that, and the human has the specificity to have the doubt, the doubt, the fear, and to make stuff like this, the IA don't have, because and IA never doubt, never, and I think it's something very human. Which will be not replaced. So I'm not afraid of that, but my first fear is the IA, and it is scientifically in the science it's proved now. People begins to stop to have a reflection, and we see a lot of young people, of certain person who stop to use their brain to have a reflection, to write, to just to think. And when you think about that, this is for me the first fear, and for that I don't like it. But we have a scientific man with us. Maybe he has another opinion than me.
He's a scientific. What? Bastian, you're a scientific.
What?
You're a scientific man?
Yeah, I'm a scientist.
Really? Which kind of scientist?
I'm working in biotechnology.
Ooh. Okay.
So, but I'm almost not using generative artificial intelligence. We are using it for scientific reason, but most of the time is not ChatGPT and this type. Both for my work and for my personal life, I'm not using generative intelligence for two reasons. The first one is that ecologically it's a nightmare.
Yeah, of course.
And that the planet is already on a bad trajectory, and that looking at how much energy we are putting on that shit, it's going even worse.
This is true.
And when we think about generative artificial intelligence for music, the only second reason I'm not using it is that it's not intelligent. It's just a smart algorithm for copying and pasting what artists already done. And most of the time, he's using art from humans without paying for using it. And then you can create new music without paying for making them. And so it's one step further in destroying completely the, let's say, a safe economy for artists.
Excellent. Muy bueno.
Sorry for the question, my friend Bastia, but giving you background in biotechnology, I want to ask, do you think artificial intelligence actually exists as a form of intelligence, or is just a very clever marketing term?
Sí, lo que dijo.
No.
Well, I think the first question people will ask is what is something which is intelligent? Let's say if you take like an old definition, which is one from Turing, and you say something which is intelligent is something that you won't be able to make a difference between that machine and a human. And actually, with the last algorithm, when you discuss with the ChatGPT, you can't make a difference between that stuff and a human, for example. So if you take that definition, you would say, okay, definitely you could say that it's an artificial intelligence. Then a lot of people are still saying, yeah, he still don't understand what he's doing. He's just predicting what would be statistically the best word or the best paragraph which is coming after. Definitely we change the life of a lot of people, and I think it's more important to really look at the consequences than really fighting of let's say, this kind of metaphysic question in a way.
Perfect. Ahí está lo que dijo. Sí.
Aline, Bastien, in the check.
Excellent. We are making.
You have the 2 point of view, artist and scientific.
Excellent. Sí. We are making this kind of question to people all around the world. Pekin, Japan, Africa, Asia, and it's a completely different answer. It's incredible. Just to finish the interview, we are going to make you 2 more questions. Can you tell us something about the future plans of PÖRL?
The future plan. So we have some gigs. We arrive before summer. We have one gig in Germany at the end of the month, and we have another gig in the south of France, in Lyon, during the summer in July.
Yeah.
And after that, we will see, because this last month I had some health problem with my voice. I need to have a little stop to let my voice recover, because it was a bit hard for my voice, because too much work and all these kind of things, and I need. So we have these 2 gigs, but they are particular gigs because we readapt all our set to preserve my voice. So it's a bit different, but it works perfectly. We have a fest the last week, and it works perfectly with this new adaptation. So it was really nice to come back on stage and to see all the songs work like that. And after, we hope to have more show in autumn. I hope to recover all my voice and to do the and I will do the show with all my voice. I hope we will see that during the summer, but we hope to have a lot of gigs during the autumn.
And that's great already, right?
Yeah. It's better. Yeah. I have some images to do in the hospital Wednesday to see that, so we will see. And after that, we have maybe something new before the summer with maybe a new clip. So is that soon? And I have forgive something, Bastian? Don't remember. No, yeah, it's all.
Perfect. Manu, última pregunta, si te parece. Sí, vamos. Just to finish the interview, we are going to play one song. It's my favorite. Naufragi. Sorry, my accent. There's say Shipwreck in the Clouds. Can you tell us what did that song represent to you?
So Naufragé des nuages in the album is the first song about going badly in a way. So the story of that album is a bit like following a character was starting like quite peacefully, living in his own imagination. Naufragé des nuages is the first song where the reality come back and break in a way the calmness of a character. And so and we like it quite a lot, and it's also why we chose it as the first single of this album. It's also a song which is like really radio compatible, which is more the case in this last album than on the previous one, where we're kind of missing radio compatible musics. Let's say quite a lot of the songs on the new album are shorter, and can explain also why you like it better.
Thanks for that. It's been a pleasure to talk with you. We are going to send you the interview when the live show ends, and we keep in touch, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you.
Pleasure.
Thanks.
Bye,
my friend. Todo tuyo, Raúl, llévatelo.
Sur moi le détail des habitations absentes. Autour de moi les sirènes, aucun de raison. Le karma, des murs gris se dressent, pris sous leur plume, le poids des tourments. Suffocation autour de moi.
m'en aller. J'ai perdu le fil du rasoir pour un chemin expiatoire. Je quitte le navire, le manoir l'arche, aux mille émois. J'ai le cœur qui bat si vite et si puissant que plus rien ici-bas ne se raccroche au présent. J'ai lancé le reste d'horizon que je gardais dans mon corps pour m'installer dans la passion comme dans une longue mort. J'ai la tête toute perdue qui tourne sous l'auréole. Je suis sous l'eau, abattu, mes genoux tombent au sol. J'ai touché la ligne, la fin, l'esprit du corbeau blanc. J'ai mal et je m'éteins à trop rêver, à brûler le temps. À trop rêver, à brûler le temps. Me voici naufragé, prise dans les courants. Et je tournoie, et je brille vers le néant, vers le néant, vers le néant. Moi je suis soin de chute d'eau, sous moi le total des habitations. Absence, autour de moi les sirènes, aucun horizon, aucun mot, aucun mot. Les murs gris se dressent, pris sous l'enclume, le poids des tourments. Suffocation, autour de moi, les cubes des morts, aucun mot, aucun mot. Les fumées sont parfaites dans ces ondes. D'or et sombre, d'or et sombre. De l'eau dans les cieux, je renie et tombe. D'or. Les fumées sont parfaites dans ces ondes. D'or et sombre, d'or et sombre. De l'eau dans les cieux, je renie